Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another beautiful Monday episode of Model Monday Live. I'm working on the intro for this thing, guys. In a world where you're limited to doing CAD using the geometry that you're exposed to at the office, there lies a place where you can do CAD geometry from across the spectrum, and that place is Model Monday Live. Got to try and come up with some really epic intros. Aaron C says the intro music is sick. All right, I'll take it. I like it. What's up, everybody? I got a lot on this camera that's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit cinematic, I guess you could say. Aaron C, I got the Red Shirts book up there. Trying to give a shout out to our man, John Scalzi. If you guys haven't read that book, it's probably the best book ever written. So you should read it. It's really good. Vicky Chong in the chat says, you have so much fun, LOL. Yeah, it is. What better place to be than right here with all of you on this beautiful Monday for this beautiful episode of Model Monday Live. It's going to be a lot of fun today. Rambro's Workshop is in the chat. What's up? Metab is here today, says, let's go. Yes, indeed. Bob Phelps is here, says hello from Iowa. Jocko is here, says, sup, all. Striker, long time no see. Welcome. Says, what's up, everybody? Dom Linder is here. My good friend Dom Linder, thank you for joining us. Robin is here, says, morning. Jern is here. Hello, all. Chris Knudsen, hello. And Pico Boo says hello. And I have a Prusa Mark K 4S on its way. Nice. Won it in a giveaway. Yo, that's awesome. Congratulations, Pico Boo. That is awesome. Aaron C saying, what's about? Oh, Aaron, I thought you were the one who gave that book a shout out originally. Maybe I'm thinking of, I must be thinking of somebody else. Maybe I'm thinking of is Philo Mathis. Maybe it was him who said that he had read that book. Guys, if you like John Scalzi, put a 1 in the chat. Rolls is here, says hi, Toby. Hello, Rolls. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. One and all. Let's get into it today. Chris Knudsen in the chat says 1. Vicky Chong in the chat says 1. We love John Scalzi over here. He's terrific. Let's do this. Aaron C says, not me. I am almost finished with the novel Anxious People. It's really fun. Mystery comedy. Nice. I like it. I like the sound of that. Guys, this Friday, we get to see the conclusion of the epic CAD vs. CAD esports tournament featuring high school students from LeGrand High School in LeGrand, California. I cannot wait to see how this thing goes down. Mr. Fancy Pants versus Smiley. And it was pretty cool. This past week, we got to see Mr. Fancy Pants go up against W, and they are in the room with their instructor. And so they know each other. They're face-to-face with one another. And those two runners, Mr. Fancy Pants and W, have known each other since kindergarten. So they've known each other literally their whole lives. And it's such a cool change to the environment to be able to see these runners who actually know each other, who are actually there in person, running against each other, and just who are friends, not only classmates, but also friends. Really, really cool. Rich Penn says his high school competition is a lot of fun. Thank you, Rich Penn. And Ishmael in the chat and Bodie McBowpants both giving John Scalzi a shout out for the Red Shirts book. Yes, we love John Scalzi. Rich Penn says the high school competition is great fun. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. It's been really cool to see these students, and it's been fun to work with their teacher. Huge shout out to Mesa Makes, aka Corey Mesa, their instructor, who's really gone above and beyond to help make this competition happen. He's been a great co-commentator too. I would love to have Corey as a co-commentator for the World Championship this year. So maybe we can make that happen if we all try to convince him. All right, guys, well, let's get into it here. Today, we're going to try and do 2 CAD speed modeling challenges. We're going to have some updates on the world of TooTallToby. I'm going to do a live solve using Onshape. And, of course, we're going to hang out with the best chat ever. I want to say thank you real quick before we get started to all the subscribers, anybody who's ever done super thanks, all the people who have joined the channel, anybody who's liked the videos, anybody who's made a tutorial for the channel, anybody who's done super chat. Super chat is open during this live stream down below the main chat. Anybody who's done value for value, Anybody who's signed up for Practice Models Premium and become a member of Practice Models Premium, I want to say thank you to all the students out there, to anybody who's shared on the channel, all the commentators, and of course, the entire Discord crew. We have a lot of fun in the Discord. If you guys aren't in there yet, check it out. There's a link down in the description. Hardon is here and says, good morning / good afternoon. Yes, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Where are you joining us from? Let us know, and then we can tell you if it's the morning or the afternoon. Today's January 27th, and this is going to be the model we're going to solve. This is a funny model to me because in the Discord, they said, hey, this is wrong. And so I just kind of mocked it up, and then I just took that mock-up and uploaded that to the website. So this is actually the official version that's on the website now with that like chicken scratch 0002 pounds. This is the model we're going to solve today during the Onshape live solve. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share and reshare if you enjoy live CAD speed modeling challenges and competitions. Huge shout out to Aaron C in the chat, giving us a super chat. Thank you so much to Aaron C. Very much appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, the super chat is open. Please feel free to use the super chat today as we are winding down on the end of the month of January, and can always use that little boost at the end of the month to help the books and to help keep the doors open, of course. Not only to help the books, but also to help the doors. Can't join the Discord, invite link doesn't work. Okay, we will definitely have the crew get that resolved. Thank you, Mr. Pina, for letting us know that. We'll get that thing working. I'll be honest, guys, that's probably my fault. I always struggle with that Discord link, and I always go to share it, and then it's like, do you want to share it just for 7 days? Do you want to share it for, I don't know. I don't know how much I want to share it for. I can never tell, and I always mess it up. So we'll get a Discord admin eventually, so I don't keep messing that up. That's almost certainly my fault, though. All right, guys, here we go. Today, I'm going to challenge you to take a 2D drawing and turn it into a 3D model as quickly as you can and to calculate the mass correctly. Yes, Jern in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Jern. It's awesome. This is what we need at the end of the month. Okay, to boost the numbers a little bit here. So guys, I'm going to show you a 2D print. You're going to try and turn it into a 3D model. You're going to try and calculate the mass, and then you're going to enter that mass directly into the YouTube chat. And the basic rules are you can use any 3D CAD package as long as you can input density and output mass. Make sure you use the specified precision, and the first correct answer in the chat will be declared the winner. And here are the materials that we use here on TooTallToby. Listed for you in kilograms per cubic meter, which everyone seems to give me a hard time for. They say that is not the right way to list your density. Well, that's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it here on this channel. The units are IPS or MMGS, and the materials are as shown. Take a screen capture if you are here for the first time, so you will know how to put the you guys will know how to put the chat. Sorry, you guys will know how to put the correct material density into your materials. I have made some videos on this recently. I made a video for Fusion users. I'm a Fusion user now, guys. I made a video on how to create a Fusion library. I created a video on how to do this in Onshape, and I created a video on how to do this in SolidWorks. So there are videos out there to help you learn how to create custom materials, which I think is very important and useful. Thank you guys very much for helping get Mr. Pina into the Discord. All right, guys, and then the advanced/fun rules. This is meant to be good fun and good-spirited, and occasionally I will make mistakes, and when that happens, we just call an audible. And, of course, the Ivan exploit is permitted. If you're not familiar with the Ivan exploit, we're going to have a video on that coming out soon. Aaron C. and I are just working on some of the final edits for that. We had to do a couple of reshoots during the break. I took a break last week. We did some reshoots. Now we're kind of re-editing and trying to get, just having some issues, some of the lighting and the shadowing and stuff. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And that's going to be out at some point, possibly sometime in the future. Rambros Workshop says, I love Fusion. Nice. Nice, Rambros. All right, guys, here we go. This is going to be a fierce competition today. Yes. Yeah, this one, I think you guys are going to really like this one. So here we go. As soon as I show the 2D print, it's going to be off to the races. Try to calculate the mass, and the first person to calculate it correctly will be declared the winner. And I will warn you guys ahead of time on this one. This one is in inches and pounds. So get your inches and pounds templates ready. And here we go. This first CAD vs. CAD competition begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this multi-body part or assembly in xxx.x pounds? The tolerance on this one is plus or minus 0.1 pounds. And this part is called RIGO bench. This is in honor of my good friend, RIGO R, who is an expert manufacturer and has been known to create physical designs that are maybe a little bit, shall we say, stout. This is the kind of bench that I think RIGO would build. Actually build, not just draw, not just design, but actually build. He would build a bench like this. He would say, how much does it need to hold? How about 3 tons? Done. So this is called RIGO bench. All of the cross-section profiles are shown there in that view in the upper right. Cross-section for all profiles. That view there. And good luck. IPS, plain carbon steel. The hint here is use layouts, patterns, mirrors, frames, and or weldments. Robin in the chat says, RIP, my SolidWorks just crashed. GL, everyone. Yeah, been there. One too many times, that's for sure. Jim Yu in the chat says, hi, everyone, just in time. Yes, indeed, Jim. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Wind Farm says, watch your Fusion 360 video on custom materials. Nice. I hope you enjoyed it. Not only did I make a video, but I also made a library and shared it so that any Fusion 360 users can download that library and just right away start using it. That's how we roll here at TooTallToby. What is the mass of this multi-body part or assembly in xxx.x pounds? Tolerance is plus or minus 0.1 pounds. And in the last tournament, Aaron C. was joking about how he could solve some of these with just calculator. I think he probably could actually solve this one with just calculator. Wow, and we're already seeing an answer come in. I haven't even gotten off the screen yet, guys. Give me a break here. Maybe he did it again, just using calculator. Who knows? All right, guys, good luck on this challenge. This is a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is a pretty cool one. Let's get into it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I know you guys are doing the challenge now, but let me just take a look at my monitoring system. Production room. Take a look at the production room here. 14 likes. We got 42 people watching. Of course, 42. The magic number, 42. So let's see if we can get the number of likes up to 42 as well to match the... Get the number of likes to match the number of people watching. 42 people watching. Let's get 42 likes. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share. Let people know what we're doing here. Let people know that we're doing CAD vs. CAD competitions. Let people know that we are doing CAD vs. CAD speed modeling every Monday. For everyone in the chat using any CAD system, you can do CAD vs. CAD speed modeling. Of course, your challenge every week is to walk up to a coworker and whisper in their ear and say, hey, did you hear about the thing? Did you hear about TooTallToby? What are you doing there? Working on a bar graph? I like how at the very end of this bar graph, there's a yellow arrow. Just like company growth. That's what the title is. Company growth. And then there's a yellow arrow here pointing up. That's how you do it. That's how you make a bar graph right there. This guy's cross pen. This guy is serious. Find that guy at your office and walk up to him and tell him, hey, check out TooTallToby.com. That's the cool place to be. I was wondering, Aaron, see if you were going to do something like that. Guys, don't forget to join the party. If you want to support the channel financially, there's 3 ways to do it that are ideal. Sign up for Practice Models Premium, join the YouTube channel, and or take training with Toby. We've got more training classes coming out every month, and there's lots of opportunity to do training. Check it out, and of course, check out Practice Models Premium and the YouTube channel as well. The join button's down at the bottom of the YouTube channel. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes as well. And we are just about at the conclusion of our CAD vs. CAD High School Heroes Tournament. High school students using Onshape, competing every week using CAD vs. CAD in a knockout-style tournament, head-to-head. And it's been a lot of fun. This tournament, I got to say, has been a lot of fun. It's been really cool seeing these different users and seeing kind of how they think through these challenges. And I can't wait to see the finals this Friday, January 31st. We're going to see the finals. There is a playlist on the YouTube channel. And of course, this Friday, we are going to see Smiley from the bracket on the left going up against Mr. Fancy Pants from the bracket on the right. And very, very, very cool to see these students in action. Vegas Volt says, thanks for doing these and the tutorials, man. Really has helped me get the most of my 3D printer. That is awesome, Vegas Vault. Thank you so much for that feedback. Yeah, we're trying to do more with tournaments, and we're trying to do more with 3D printed parts. So very much excited to see what this 2025 season brings. I'm keeping an eye on the chat over here. I like seeing Aaron and Dom asking each other what they got on this one. Guys, we do have some sheet metal training coming up in February. I think it's taking place at the same time as a pretty big conference for SolidWorks users. So it is SolidWorks training. It is taking place at the same time as that SolidWorks conference. So if you are unable to attend that SolidWorks conference, this would be a great way to spend that time. You can take this training from the comfort of your desk. You're going to learn all about the wonderful world of sheet metal, base flanges, edge flanges, miter flanges, flat patterns, creating one-to-one DXFs, all kinds of cool stuff in this training class. So if you've ever been interested in learning more about sheet metal in SolidWorks, this is your chance to take training with me. It's live training over a web meeting, so you get to ask me any questions that you have about sheet metal. And of course, we get to go through, do a training manual, share training files. You get a certificate at the end of the class. It's a full package, full training package with TooTallToby. So if you are interested in taking some training, this is a great opportunity. Sheet metal training with Toby. And then we also have a CSWP prep class online, self-paced, and it's absolutely epic. We got a really nice testimonial from one of the customers of this class last week, and this is just a good time. 5 hours of video, sample CSWP prep exam, download any training files, take tips and tricks, get tips and tricks for any certification, and you're basically going to get everything you need to take and pass the CSWP on your first try. So you don't have to retake it or retake any of the sections. Just get through it all at one time. Plus, you get a lot of really cool SolidWorks tips and tricks along the way. So check out the training site. Links down below in the description. And, of course, Model Monday Live. We're doing Model Monday Live right now. People are earning points to go onto the leaderboard for Model Monday Live. Last year, we saw Aaron C. win the Model Monday Live leaderboard. Very tight race with Victor K. And so for his win, he was awarded a prize, and that prize was 1 year of Practice Models Premium. Then last week, or 2 weeks ago, we gave out another 1 year of Practice Models Premium to our world champion, Ram Bros Fusion 360 user. And then this week, we wanted to announce another 1 year of Practice Models Premium award, this time going to our 2023 world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling, none other than Victor K. Oh yeah, let's go, Victor K. So congratulations to Victor K, and he's going to get a year of Practice Models Premium, and he said he's going to use that to run through all the models again, this time using onshape. He was using SolidWorks when he won the world champion. We might end up seeing our very first world champion, two-time winner, using 2 different CAD systems. That would be absolutely amazing. But congratulations to Victor K, our 2023 world champion. We're going to continue to announce these recognitions of our previous champions and continue to come up with ways to give away Practice Models Premium. But we have been doing a lot with Practice Models Premium and trying to kind of improve the Practice Models Premium. Ever since we rolled it out as having a premium option, we've been able to start kind of funding some of these new enhancements. So I wanted just to kind of show you some of these live as some of you are finishing these challenges. The Practice Models Premium is a function that you can get to here at TooTallToby.com. So you go to TooTallToby.com, and then you can get started with free practice models here. And the nice thing is that a lot of these enhancements actually are available for everyone, not just for Practice Models Premium users, but for everyone. Like the faster scoreboard. You know, we've got how many people do we have that have finished at least one model? I think we've got like 2,200 people on this list who finished at least one model. So our team of crack engineers, web engineers, has gone through and improved this leaderboard so that it doesn't have to load the whole thing all at once. It does like a progressive load here. So what that means is when you click on the community scoreboard, you know, those of you who have done this for a little while know that that used to take quite a while to load up, and now it loads up almost immediately. So that is awesome, an awesome enhancement here on the Practice Models site. We've also recently added some more filters. Here. So if we go back here to the Practice Models, check this out. Show completed and not completed, show completed only. So show me a list of all the challenges that I've already completed, or more importantly, show me a list of all the challenges that I have not completed, so that I can go through here and I can start knocking out these challenges that I have not completed. Look at that. So you can see here that we can go through and we can find the ones that we haven't completed yet, and that way we can really focus on those. I think I have a bunch of them at the bottom here that I haven't completed too. You can really focus on those. Or another filter, this will be really helpful for everybody until they end up actually getting in there and getting Practice Models Premium. Another filter here, you could say show filters, is a filter for free. So only show me the free challenges. So I just want to get in here and work through some of these free challenges. I don't want to, I don't want to work through any of the paid ones yet. I'm not ready for the paid ones yet. And then that way, once you get through all those paid ones, then you'll be able to, or once you get through all those free ones, then you'll be able to sign up for that paid membership. So the team has done an awesome job of adding some of these enhancements. If you haven't seen these enhancements yet, be sure to take a look. Really, really thankful to Brian and to Guy for getting in there and making sure that everyone is getting the enhancements, that, we're listening to the users and we are working with the users to kind of take our cue from them. You guys really, truly are our best resource. So we really want to work with you and kind of take your feedback and use that feedback. And so on that note, one of the most valuable things about this app, about these challenges, is the ability to kind of go through and see someone else go through and perform these runs, perform these models. And so for a while, what we had here was it was called Toby's tutorial. And so we just had the one single tutorial there. Well, you'll notice that that's currently missing, and that's because we're about to release the community tutorials. So with the community tutorials, everyone is going to be able to contribute, and these tutorials are already being populated just by people going onto YouTube and creating a run of one of these models and then posting the tutorial for that model. So we're going to see here this week, it's going to roll out this week. We're going to see even more tutorials for all the different CAD systems, so that anybody who's going through and doing these challenges is going to be able to kind of work their way through these challenges and actually be able to see how somebody else did it. So if you get stuck, imagine how valuable that's going to be. We've also added trend lines in the analytics. So when you are looking at your analytics, or if you're looking at somebody else's analytics, so if I click here on my analytics, the way that this is structured now is you've got your list of analytics over here. Well, a little pro move here is that you can double click on these, and that unlocks some functionality. So instead of having to unclick everything, if I just wanted to see how I'm doing with my tier 3 challenges, I can double click there on tier 3, and then it only shows me the tier 3 challenges. And then I can also show my tier 3 trend line. So you can see here, unfortunately, this user, which is me, is getting slower over time. That's really not what we want to see. Not what I was hoping to see there. So let's see if we can maybe take a look at somebody else's scores here on the scoreboard. We'll look at this Breadmond using Fusion here, and then we'll double click on tier 3 challenges here, and then we can take a look at the tier 3 trend line, and you can see, there we go, that's what we want to see. So you can see that over time, Breadmond is getting faster and faster at doing these tier 3 challenges. Now, the way this chart is structured down here is that this was the first tier 3 model they did. This was the second, third, fourth. So it's just kind of indexing one model per challenge along, or per tier level along the x-axis here in this chart. And so this is a nice chart that you can look at. You can say, I want to see my tier 4, and then I kind of want to see how I'm trending on this tier 4. So few challenges here up top, and then we were able to bring that time down and get faster and faster as we continue challenging and doing these submissions. So another really cool enhancement there to the practice models. We've also got our fastest times table. This is something I know some of you have been paying attention to. It's really just in preview mode right now. But if we look at any one of these challenges, once you finish the challenge, you can scroll down here to the bottom of the challenge, and then you can see who was the fastest person who did this challenge. And just a little preview here, but you notice that this is something else that we're going to be seeing videos of soon. So if you see Rude Ravens has gotten in here and looks like he's done this in 1 minute and 4 seconds, well, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see what that run looks like. I would love to see somebody, or Steve5092 did it in Fusion 360 in 1 minute and 4 seconds. I would love to see what that video looks like of that speed run. I saw somebody put a comment in that said, like, it doesn't matter what it is. If somebody's speed running something, I will watch it. And I gotta say, I feel the same way. It doesn't really matter to me what the topic is. Whenever somebody's speed running, somebody could speed run boiling an egg and I would probably watch that. Well, that would be a tough one to speed run. So this is these are just some of the enhancements we've been adding to practice models. I know we talk about practice models every week, but a lot of times I feel like it doesn't really get the love that it deserves as far as like the individual. And then one more thing here, bonus point for Ace. I saw a couple of people in the chat kind of referring to this, and I wasn't sure what exactly was going on there. And I'm actually still not exactly sure what's going on here, but if you look at the community scoreboard, you can see here that Ace Judas R has 136 models completed, and then everybody else has 135. And according to my numbers, there's only 135 challenges. So somehow Ace Judas R unlocked some kind of secret level, secret challenge, something. I don't know what exactly happened there, but somehow Ace Judas R has 135 points, and he's going to always be at the top of the list as long as he's done all the challenges. So we'll figure out what's going on there on the back end, but it was something that came up in the Discord this week, and I really wasn't sure what exactly was going on there. But congratulations, Ace Judas R, maintaining his position at the top of the list. And like I said, I checked and double checked my numbers. I think there's only 135 challenges. So maybe there's some kind of secret exploit that he discovered there. Maybe we could all dive into that a little bit deeper too. Maybe he deleted one. I haven't deleted any of them. Yeah. Don't think those speed runs. So Jim in the chat saying, don't think those speed runs are first run. Yeah, that's a good point, Jim. That's a great point, and you're absolutely right. We are, I'll explain what happened there. I'm happy to explain what happened there. So Jim in the chat, you can see it says, I don't think those speed runs are first run, and that's absolutely, or not absolutely correct, but that's probably correct. That's probably a safe bet that those speed runs are, when you go into a challenge and you look at one of these challenges and then you look at the fastest time in one of these challenges, I think it's a safe bet that those fastest times are not the very first run. And so what this kind of came down to, what we were thinking about in this decision of how to show those fastest runs was, the name of the app is Practice Apps. The name of the app is Practice Models, and practice usually means like doing the same thing over and over and over again. And so we really wanted to kind of embrace that spirit with the app, and so that's why we kind of shifted over to having speed runs and top submissions and things like that being for the try again button. That was another enhancement that was made recently, right? When you do the run, you've got this try again button. That's why we kind of added these things in instead of just capturing what the very first run was. And we had a lot of discussions about this behind the scenes, but ultimately what it came down to is that there's only so much that we can fit into this app before it starts getting too cumbersome and kind of clumsy. And so we're trying to really make judicious decisions when it comes to deciding what to include and what not to include. But ultimately, like I said, the name of the app is Practice Models. And so we really wanted to kind of embrace that spirit of practice. And usually what practice means is not doing something once, but doing it over and over and over again. Now, if you're preparing for the tournament, then you're probably better off just doing it once. If you're preparing for Model Monday Live, then you're probably better off just doing it once. And we do still have plans in the future to still at least try to capture the spirit of who can get it done the fastest when first looking at it. We are still kind of trying to capture that, but mainly you're going to get that buzz from doing Model Monday Live, from doing the tournaments, and not so much from the Practice Models app, because, practice, like if you're practicing guitar, you don't just play the scale once, you play it like 500 million times. So you can literally play it without looking. And so that's the gist of the speed running time. This not necessarily being the first run, but definitely being the fastest time and still being pretty impressive. And once we have the videos, I think it's going to be even more fun to watch and even more impressive. All right, guys. Well, anyhow, huge shout out to Brian. Huge shout out to Bodie McBoatpants. Thank you, Bodie. We love you. Carl Gant in the chat, giving us a super chat. Thank you. I think he likes these enhancements to the Practice Models app. So thank you. Atse is here in the chat, says, hello, everyone. Hello, Atse. Thank you for joining us. And Jim uses, I do use the repeat. It helps getting up to speed for future possibilities and see the outcome for different techniques. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's what I like about it too. I like saying to myself, like, would this be faster if I put the fillet in at the sketch level, or would it be faster if I just did it at the feature level? And then I go through and do it. Or the other thing that I really like to learn is kind of like experimenting with the user interface and being able to predict kind of like what to expect. And one way that you really get good at that is just by doing it over and over again. So it's like if you learn that when you finish one command, this thing will still be selected, then you learn to unclick that thing. And if you keep doing try again, then you know, those workflows really get ingrained. And then when you're doing it in your actual office job, it makes it that much faster too. So yeah, I think that's a great sentiment, Jim, and I completely agree with you there. Rich Penn says, Bodie picture is so right on. He really does walk on water when building the site. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. We love Bodie. Let's put a 1 in the chat if you love Bodie McBowpants. We definitely love a million. I'll put a million ones in here because we definitely love Bodie McBowpants. Yeah, totally. It's a love fest for Bodie McBowpants. All right, guys. Visit TooTallToby.com/practice. Built-in clock, tiered level difficulty, leaderboard, track your progress, and mobile friendly. And don't forget to check us out on the Discord. I think that's it for now. Let's get into this first challenge. Don't forget to like and subscribe. How are we doing for likes right now? 50 people watching. We're about to do the second challenge here. And 26 likes. Let's see what we can do to get those likes up to match the number of people watching. This first challenge comes to us from RIGO. And it's called RIGO Bench. And I want to say thank you so much to RIGO R, who signed up and joined the channel. When you join the channel, you get to support the channel, which is great. You get custom emojis, you get a personal practice model, and maybe some more stuff to come in the future. And so we've got Rich Penn, Bob, Dom, Min Watex, Fully Defined, Aaron C, Victor K, PC Arduino, yup, that's me, Blue Byte Systems, Ray R. We got Liam P, and who's going to be next? Rigoberto. RIGO R is going to be next with that bench, that ultra bench. Love it. I think that bench is definitely going to be RIGO approved. And so let's take a look back through the chat here and see who answered this first. Looks like it was none other than, I think it was Aaron C who answered it first, right? Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Aaron C, 335.6. Dom Linder, 337.7. Remember, you can answer more than once, but your final answer will count. 335.6 from Dom. We got Jim U. Oh, sorry. We got Metab, 335.6. Very nice. We got Jim U, 335.6. Very nice. Ishmael coming in with 335.6. I like it. I like seeing that consistency. Striker coming in, 321.0. Mixing it up a little bit. We'll see if he got it right. And we got Striker editing 335.6. That's totally cool. You can edit as many times as you want. We will accept the final answer. Guys, the correct answer for this model is 335.6 pounds. Congratulations. And there was some chat going around there about how it's possible that maybe Aaron C did some type of an exploit. In theory, you could go around this model and you could add up 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 and then 14 plus 14, and then, and so on and so on, 50 plus 50, and 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60, and then you could just create one single profile here like this and extrude it out to that depth. That would be the ultimate Ivan exploit, as he's saying in the chat right now. Yes, and I don't know if he did it or not. I was kind of thinking that when I made it. I thought, like, oh, I should probably make these mitered so nobody can just, like, spam out an ultra Ivan exploit. But GG to everyone. Congratulations. A point is a point. And if you're the first person to answer the math correctly in the chat, you earn that point. So congratulations, 335.6. And good job to anybody who did this challenge. These are not easy challenges. So on that note, let's move on to the next one. Shake it off a little bit. And we are going to move on to this next challenge for all of you. Here we go. Little blast from the past here. This next challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XX.XX grams? This one's in millimeters and grams. The material for this one is 1060 aluminum alloy. This is a tier 3 challenge. It's called Cam Bracket. Right on the cusp between tier 3 and tier 4, but this is a tier 3 challenge. Kind of a cool challenge. Got some, nothing tricky going on. Here's a tier 3 challenge, so you're not going to see anything too tricky. So if it says that it's got a 3mm wall thickness typical, then that means, all the way up the side. It means the radii and the corners are concentric. It means if the inside radius is 6, the outside radius is 9. So it's nothing tricky here, but a fun model nonetheless. I like this model a lot. Little bracket for a camera of some sort. Looks like it's the bracket for my stream cam, the Logitech stream cam. So shout out to Logitech. Affiliate link down below. No, just kidding. But this is MMGS. Hi all, too late for me. TTT, have a nice stream. Mr. Alex, you're welcome, mate. You're right on time. Maybe you just mean late where you are. Thank you. I will do my best to have a nice stream. What is the mass of this part in xx.xx grams? This part's called cam bracket. It's a camera bracket. All right, and while you guys are solving that, I'm going to move on, so I hope that you were able to grab a screen capture. And we're going to do some Onshape 3D modeling. So welcome to the live solve portion of the presentation. You guys are all going to be solving this challenge. I am going to use Onshape, the 3D CAD platform, to solve this model here. What is the mass of this part in 0.xxx pounds? So I think it's always a good idea before you get started actually modeling to kind of look over the challenge and come up with a basic game plan. And one of the first things that you need to decide is where will the origin be located. So in a drawing like this, in a challenge like this, I'm probably going to locate the origin right here. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this model actually is on the Practice Models app. So I think I'm just going to do this right in the Practice Models app. So while you guys are working on this challenge here, let's get into a live solve using Onshape, and we are going to live solve this hex wheel. But let's bring up our TooTallToby app here, TooTallToby.com. We're going to click here to get started with free practice models. And you can see here that what we can do is we can go into show filters, and we can say filter by free. And that way we can see that we've got about 20 challenges here that are free for all users. Anyone with a free TooTallToby account can do one of these challenges, and I'm going to do this challenge here. Looks like I actually already did it in the past, 24-08-09 hex wheel. So it looks like when I did this the first time, I was able to come up with a time of 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's see if I can beat that time today. It's going to be a speed run. Now, I'm going to do this one as a tutorial, so I'm probably going to be a little bit slower this time. But let's see if we can come up with an answer to this question of what is the mass of this part. So I'm going to click here to get started, or click here to try again. And I'm going to choose Reveal Drawing. Now the clock is running, and the question is, what is the mass of this part in 0.xxx pounds? And I'm going to answer that question down here in this block. But I think what I'm going to do before I get started is just take a minute or two and come up with a game plan. I think that's always a good idea when you're trying to come up with a solution for one of these challenges. And so we can see here that this part has got a round circle on the outside, an inner circle for the wall thickness, a round circle in the middle, a hex in the very middle, and then it's also got this kind of dotted circle here representing the location of these arcs. So you've got this arc here, you got this arc here, and you've got this arc here, which are coming down to this point, which is on this 4-inch circle. So that's going to be, definitely part of my game plan as well. But I think the first step in any game plan, whenever you're trying to come up with a result, a 3D model from a 2D drawing, is to decide where the origin is going to be. And I think in the case of this part, I'm going to put the origin right here, dead center of the model, and also right here. Now, the reason I'm putting it right here on this side is because the model has this note CLSYM, which means that the model is symmetric. So that means that once I create my first sketch, I'm going to be able to start extruding some of that geometry. So now I've decided where the origin is going to be. Let's now talk about what that first sketch is going to look like. And for the sketch plane, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sketch plane here, running right down the middle, right along that line of symmetry. And then for the sketch itself, what I'm going to do is sketch this outside circle. I'm going to sketch this inside circle. I'm going to sketch this circle here as a construction line. I'm going to sketch this circle here in the middle, and then I'm going to sketch this hex shape. And that way I've kind of got all my key information for the perimeter of this model in that first sketch. And then I can start extruding using symmetry so that everything extrudes out from the center of the model. And then once I've got that geometry in place, I can start tackling this spoke. And this is going to be a question that you're often going to run into when you have fillets, particularly when you have kind of complicated fillets. The question is going to be, should I create a sketch that includes those fillets, or should I omit those fillets from the sketch and include those fillets in the feature? And I think the answer for a model like this, and for most models, is keep the sketch as simple as possible. So for me, my sketch is just going to have the arcs, and then add the fillets secondarily as a feature. And I just think that generally speaking, that's a good strategy. Save your fillets for the feature level and create your sketch, which is nice sharp corners, and then fillet that off at the feature level. You're going to be much better off. So my game plan is going to be to create this spoke right here. I'm just going to, create that one because that's where these dimensions are being called out from. And then once I've got that spoke and those fillets, I'm going to create a feature pattern to pattern that around to 4 instances equally spaced. So I know we took a little bit of time off the clock just to kind of come up with that game plan, but remember, this is going to go faster and faster the more you practice it. The game plan is going to come very naturally, but when you first get started in the world of 3D CAD, it's always good to kind of come up with a game plan and then get into the actual 3D modeling. Aaron C in the chat says, I agree. Putting fillets on is their own feature most of the time. Yeah, I think so too. So I'm going to move this over to my second screen. Here we are in Onshape. Let's bring up our keyboard cam so you guys can see all the keyboard shortcuts I'm using. I'm going to choose Create Document, and I'm going to call this thing 24-08-09 Hex Wheel. This is going to be stored in the public repository on Onshape. It's a public document. So if anybody ever wants to see what I'm doing with this document, you can just look it up in the public space. So I'm going to say create document, create public document. And then the very first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to this hamburger menu. And in this hamburger menu here, I'm going to choose to adjust my workspace units. So workspace units, inch and pound. And that way, when I go to answer this question, I can answer it correctly. And when I go to model the question, I can model it correctly. Make sure you set your units correctly before you get started. So now here, front plane, S key, begin a sketch, N key to get normal to, S key to begin a circle, single click the origin, move my mouse, single click again, let go of my mouse, and then type in that diameter, 7, enter, single click, move my mouse, single click again, let go of my mouse, type in that diameter, 6, single click, move my mouse, single click again, let go of my mouse, type in that diameter, 4, single click, move my mouse, single click again, let go of my mouse, type in that diameter, 1.5, and then I'm going to use this tool here, the Inscribe Polygon tool. Inscribe Polygon, I'm going to single click here on the origin, move my mouse, single click again. Now I can roll my mouse here, or I'm sorry, I can move my mouse here, left and right, to change the number of sides. 6, single click, then I'm going to let go of my mouse, and then I'm going to type in the hex distance there, which is 0.75, enter. And then I'm just going to hit escape so nothing is selected. And you'll notice here that this hex can still kind of rotate around the origin. So I'm going to single click this lower line, and then I'm going to press H on my keyboard, H, and that's going to make that lower line horizontal, and that gives me that hex with that 0.75. Final thing I'm going to do with the sketch, I don't really need to do this, but I am going to do it just because I think it looks good. I'm going to click on this arc here, and I'm going to press Q on my keyboard, Q. And you see that what that does is it changes that arc to be a construction line. And that's going to help me because I'm going to be using that as part of my layout strategy. So now I'm ready to start turning this thing into extruded geometry. S key, extrude. Now I've done a right mouse button customize on this S key menu to make it a little more efficient for my most common workflows. So S key, extrude. And then I'm going to press the space bar. And what the space bar does is it clears all of my current selections. So that's just kind of a habit that I'm in when I've got a lot of multiple nested contours. So I just press the space bar, and then I can click here to extrude this region. And then the depth of that region is going to be 1.5, enter. And then I'm going to press tab, 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 and then symmetric. And then I'm going to press the space bar to activate that symmetric option so it extrudes out mid-plane. So now that we've got that geometry in place, I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to go over to the tree here, and I'm going to choose to show that sketch 1 so that I can use it again for a subsequent extrusion. So show sketch 1. Now I'm going to choose extrude. I'm going to come down here and click inside of this region. So now that's the region that's getting extruded. I'm going to click up here for depth. I'm going to type in 2, tab, 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 space bar, enter, and that gives me that extrusion as well. So now I've got like the rib and I've got the hub, got those 2 features in place. So now I'm ready to create the spoke. So I'm going to go front plane, S key, begin a sketch, N key to get normal 2. And then I'm going to do S key to come up with an arc here. So I'm going to create an arc that goes from this edge to this edge. And that arc is going to have a radius of 1.5. And then I'm going to create an arc that goes from this edge to this edge. And that arc is going to have a radius of 2.0. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape so nothing is selected. I'm going to take this point and press I. That makes those 2 points coincident to one another. I'm going to take this arc here and this point, and I'm going to press I. That makes those center points coincident to that arc. And then finally, I'm going to take this point here, the origin, and this point, and I'm going to press H, and that's going to make those points horizontal to that arc. So that information is all called out here in the drawing. The center points are right on top of one another, and the center points are also on this diameter 4, and the center points are also on the cross-section line, or the center mark for the center of the entire wheel. So that's how you know to locate that point the way I just located it. So now that you can see that the sketch is nice and black, everything is fully constrained. Now at this point, what you could do is you could press the S key and go into extrude and see if you can pick up on that region. But you notice that it's not highlighting because that region is not fully enclosed. And so what I could do here, I'm just going to hit the cancel for the extrude. I'm going to double click here on the sketch 2. And I'm just going to take this line from the earlier sketch and I'm going to say use project/convert. And then I'm going to take this line from the earlier sketch, or sorry, it's an arc, not a line. This arc from the earlier sketch, use project/convert. And then I'm going to press S key extrude. And now what you'll see is if I press the space bar and then I click in here, now I can pick that region. So I couldn't get it before because it wasn't properly enclosed, but now it is. So now we are good to go. So I'm going to choose to bring that out to a depth of 1 inch, tab, 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 symmetric. Hit the space bar there. And then this one, instead of this being a new part, instead of adding a new part down here in the tree, like hub, rim, spoke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to add. So this is we're doing a solid extrusion here. We're choosing to add, and then we're going to choose to merge with all. So it'll automatically merge to those other bodies. So merge with all, and we hit the green check mark, and oh yeah, that is looking good. So I think we're done with this layout sketch now. We can hide this layout sketch. Probably done with the planes also, so we could press P to hide those planes. And now we're ready to start adding in those fillets. And so the fillets are a little bit tricky. You just got to kind of pay attention to which one is the larger fillet. So the larger fillet is on this kind of inner portion of the curve. So S key, fillet, tab, 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 and 0.75. Click on this edge here, and now I know I'm going to add another fillet with a different radius, so I'm going to hold shift and then I'm going to press enter, shift enter, and what that does is it adds the fillet, but then it takes me back into another fillet command. So now I can do tab, tab, tab. I can call this one 0.25. I can pick this edge here, and then I can press, sometimes I click over here in the number box again, then I can press enter, or I'm sorry, shift enter. Let me try that again. Then I can press shift enter, and then that takes me back into the fillet command again. And so for this one is going to be this edge here and this edge here, and those guys are going to have a radius of 0.5. Enter and enter, and now I'm done with that fillet command. So shift enter is a good shortcut in Onshape to repeat the previous command. And so now to finish this thing off, what I can do is fly out this menu here, go to circular pattern. And you want to remember that up top here, you can choose this fly out menu, and then you can choose feature pattern. So it's going to be a feature pattern of the spoke, which is this extrude, the spoke fillet 1, spoke fillet 2, and spoke fillet 3. And then the axis of the pattern is just going to be this circular edge here. And look at that. It's already looking good. 4 instances is the default. and 4 instances looks good for this thing. So I'm going to hit the green check mark here, and now I'm going to go down here to the name of the part, right mouse button, and say edit appearance. Maybe make this part look a little bit more like what the customer gave us. The customers always like it when you do that with their parts. And then I'm going to right mouse button on this part and say assign material. And that material is going to come from the TTT custom materials library. And that material is going to be ABS. And so we hit the check mark. And now finally down here in the corner, we can choose this little set of scales. And then we can click on the part anywhere. And that will give us the mass of the part, 0.867 pounds. So now back here in the TooTallToby practice model app, I'm going to type in 0.867 and enter. And oh yeah, we did it. We got it correct. And that is the correct answer. And so you can see here, it says, congratulations, this answer is correct. But you already knew that as you have completed this practice models before. And then upon submission, your previously submitted time of 3 minutes, 40 seconds will be replaced by this 12 minutes and 7 seconds. That's fine. I like this one anyway, because this one has the tutorial associated with it. So I'm going to say submit and okay. And now we see that my time for this model is 12 minutes and 7 seconds. Still faster than the average time. So that's usually what my standard is. If I go longer than the average time, I use the try again function, and then I try to get this time here under that time. And then we can see Will, wow, 41 seconds. Let's go. That's pretty darn fast. And then, you know, again, soon we're going to be able to see a video of Will doing that in 41 seconds. That'll be awesome. I can't wait to see those speedrun videos. So if you enjoyed that tutorial, be sure to hit the like button on this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any questions about that tutorial down in the comments below. And that is our Onshape live solve for this model, the hex wheel. 0.867 pounds is the correct answer. Let's go. And so with that, we are going to now wind out today's presentation with the answer to the challenge that you are doing. I just want to remind everybody one last time, please take a moment to support the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. There's really no better way to spend our Monday than hanging out together here on Model Monday Live. Thank you very much, by the way, to Ram Bros and to Jim Yu for the GG in the chat. Very much appreciate it. And don't forget, we do have training coming up. You can take a look at the Thinkific site or the links down below in the description, or contact Vicky at TooTallToby. If the dates that we have available don't work for you, we could always do some custom training for you and your team. You can even talk to your team about hiring us to come in and doing like a lunch and learn, something like that. We would love to work with you, love to work with your team and share some efficiency tips and tricks. So Vicky at TooTallToby.com for any training or presentation type of needs. We would love that. We'd love to work with you. It's a real win-win. All right, and with that, let's take a look at this, the final answer. What is the mass of this part in XX.XX grams? What do we think it is? Let's take a look. Let's go back through the chat and see what people said about this one. What is the mass of this part in XX.XX grams? Let's see here. Aaron C. coming in with an answer, 21.022. Otse coming in with an answer, 23.91. Ram Bros Workshop right behind him, 23.91 grams. Aaron C. revising 23.91. Dom coming into the chat, 23.91. Very nice, very nice. Everybody's saying GG Otse. Aaron C. Dang, forgot one dimension. Didn't see that blue sketch endpoint. Yeah. Robin, 22.939. I like it. I like it. Metab coming in 23.91. Very nice. Very nice. Jim Yu 23.92. Ishmael coming in 23.91. Very nice. Jocko 27.08. I like that. I like mixing it up a little bit. Jim Yu 23.91. Jim Yu 23.91. Double revision. I like that. Let's get as accurate as we can. And Jocko revising to 24.95. Guys, the correct answer is 23.91 grams. So congratulations to, who was it? Otse coming in with that answer correct first. Aaron C coming in 21.02 and Otse coming in 23.91. And that is correct. And Otse earning a point on the Model Monday Live leaderboard. Congratulations and well done. Well done and well earned. Good job, everybody. But again, you know, you've heard me say this before, anybody who's able to get those models done in that limited amount of time, good job to you. These are not easy models. It's not easy to do it under the pressure, but it's meant to give you a little bit of extra practice, a little bit of practice doing stuff you might not normally do. And so I'm glad that everybody is enjoying these challenges. And don't worry if you didn't get first. And don't worry even if you didn't finish it. Just keep practicing. The speed will come over time, but mainly you want to just practice those kind of best practices so you can start to fly through these challenges. So GG to everyone. And I want to say, of course, congratulations to our winners today, Aaron C. and Atse. Congratulations. And thank you to the most amazing chat ever. Yeah, always a good start to the Monday. Model Monday Live is indeed always a good start to the Monday. Thank you so much to the most amazing chat ever. Don't forget, there are some great ways to support the channel. Join Practice Models Premium, join the YouTube channel, or take training with Toby. These are all great ways to support the channel. And if you work at a company, if you have a team of people, let your training team know that we are available for hire for training classes. And you can reach out to Vicky to get more details on that. But we would love to come visit you or work with you over the web. And thank you so much. Next week is not January 20th. Next week is February 3rd, and we will be back next week, February 3rd. And don't forget to watch the tournament. Hold on, guys. I got to fix this slide. We can't end the live stream with like a completely off slide here. Okay, let's try this again. Feb 3rd. Yep, got it. First try. And January 31st. Which is going to be epic. I cannot wait for this finale. Smiley and Fancy Pants. It's going to be good. All right, guys, here we go. So, of course, I want to say thank you so much to all of you. And don't forget, next week, February 3rd, we're going to be back here with another episode of Model Monday Live. And please watch the tournament this Friday, January 31st. It's going to be absolutely epic. I can't wait to see Mr. Fancy Pants versus Smiley for the finals. And between now and then, sign up for the Practice Models app. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of cool functionality in there. And again, I just want to say thank you all so much for joining me on this Monday. It's such a great way to start the week. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Monday. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will look forward to seeing everyone this Friday in the tournament finals or next week on Model Monday Live. See you, everybody.